small.
My cousins were like that when they were small.
They were only interested in each other and found it hard to engage with other kids.
They were only interested in each other and found it hard to engage with other kids.
They're fine now, though.
Oh,
They're fine now, though.
only children have had a really bad press.
Only children have had a really bad press.
A lot of studies have branded them as loners who think the world revolves around them.
A lot of studies have branded them as loners who think the world revolves around them
Because they've never had to fight for their parents' attention.
because they have never had to fight for their parents' attention.
That does seem a bit harsh.
That does seem a bit harsh.
One category I hadn't considered before was children with much older siblings.
One category I hadn't considered before was children with much older siblings.
A couple of studies mentioned that these children grow up more quickly and
A couple of studies mentioned that these children grow up more quickly
are expected to do basic things for themselves, like getting dressed.
and are expected to do basic things for themselves, like getting dressed.
I can see how that might be true. Although I expect they're sometimes the exact opposite.
I can see how that might be true, although I expect there's sometimes the exact opposite. Playing the baby role
Playing the baby role and clamouring for special treatment.
and clamoring for special treatment.
Do you think?
I think
What was the problem with most of these studies, do you think?
What was the most problem with most of these studies, do you think?
I think it was because, in a lot of cases, data was collected from only one sibling per family.
I think it was because in a lot of cases data was collected from only one sibling per family,
Who rated him or herself and his or her siblings at the same time.
who rated him or herself and his or her siblings at the same time.
Some of the old research into the relationship between birth order
Some of the old research into the relationship between birth order
and academic achievement has been proved to be accurate, though.
and academic achievement have been proved to be accurate.
Performances in intelligence tests decline slightly from the eldest child to his or her younger siblings.
Performances in intelligence tests decline slightly from the eldest child to his or her younger siblings.
This has been proved in lots of recent studies.
This have been proved in lots of recent studies.
Yes, although what many of them didn't take into consideration
Yes, although what many of them didn't take into consideration
was family size.
was family size.
The more siblings there are, the likelier the family is to have a low socio-economic status.
The more siblings there are, the likelier the family is to have a low socio-economic status,
Which can also account for differences between siblings in academic performance.
which can also account for differences between siblings in academic performance.
The oldest boy might be given more opportunities than his younger sisters, for example.
Exactly.
The oldest boy might be given more opportunities than his younger sister, for example. Exactly.
But the main reason for the marginally higher academic performance of oldest children is quite surprising.
But the main reason for the marginally high academic performance of oldest children is quite surprising,
I
I think.
It's not only that they benefit intellectually from extra attention at a young age,
It's not only that they benefit intellectually from extra attention from a young age,
which is what I would have expected.
at a young age, which is what I would have expected.
It's that they benefit from being teachers for their younger siblings by verbalizing processes.
It is that they benefit from being teachers for their younger siblings by verbalizing processes.
Right? And this gives them status and confidence,
Right, and this gives them status and confidence,
which again contributes in a small way to better performance.
which again contributes in a small way to better performance.
So, would you say sibling rivalry has been a useful thing for you?
So, would you say sibling rivalry has been a useful thing for you?
I think so. My younger brother was incredibly annoying.
I think so. My younger brother was incredibly annoying,
And we fought a lot. But I think this has made me a stronger person.
and we fought a lot. But I think this has made me a stronger person.
I know how to defend myself.
I know how to defend myself.
We had some terrible arguments.
We had some terrible arguments,
I would have died rather than apologize to him.
and I would have died rather than apologize to him.
But we had to put up with each other. And most of the time, we coexisted amicably enough.
But we had to put up with each other, and most of the time we coexisted amicably enough.
Yes, my situation was pretty similar.
Yes, my situation was pretty similar.
But I don't think having two older brothers made me any less selfish.
But I don't think having two older brothers made me any less selfish.
I was never prepared to let my brothers use any of my stuff.
I was never prepared to let my brothers use any of my stuff.